Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things. And today's video is going to be a declutter of foundations, concealers, and face powders. I just kind of was feeling like I needed to make space in my collection. So I went through, filled these two bags up here with products that I'm going to be passing along to friends, family members, or donating. And if you guys are interested in what I'm getting rid of and why, I'll try to remember, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna start with foundations. So the first one is probably one of the oldest ones in my collection. It's maybe 2/3 full still. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I used to wear a lot of matte foundations and that's not necessarily my style anymore, but not only that, I never could deal with this. Why doesn't it have any kind of way to get everything out? I hated always having to pour out my foundation. It just wasn't, I never had happiness when I was using it. So instead of having it just sit around for any longer, I'm just gonna let go of it. Next foundation I have two shades of. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Again, there was a time when I was wearing a lot of mattifying foundations and I wore this a lot. And you know, there's just no point in me holding on to these when I know I'm definitely not going to be wearing them, so I'll pass these along as well. I also have the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I actually think this is pretty close to being empty, but again, I never was really that crazy about it. I never really got the hype, and I'm just going to let it go. Another mattifying foundation. This is probably close to empty. I feel like I've used the heck out of this one in my mattifying days. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This one, it's time to say goodbye to for sure. This is not a matte foundation. This is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow Foundation. It just never wowed me. I never found anything really great about it, and it's just sitting around not getting used, so I'd rather pass it along. This here is from the Shop Miss A website. This is the Santee Complete Coverage Natural Finish Foundation. I just was never really impressed with this one. Here I have the Ulta Beauty Moisturizing Foundation Stick. Again, I was never really crazy about this. I actually have a different shade that's much darker that I love to use for contouring. But as far as the foundation portion of it, it never won me over. I have two more stick foundations. These are from Makeup Revolution. Again, I never could get into these. I never really thought it looked good on me, but I also have kept one that's a very darker shade that I do enjoy using for contouring. I just didn't enjoy using it as an actual foundation. I also have the AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream. Again, it never really wowed me and I never reached for it, so I'm just gonna pass it along. One last product here. I've actually gone through at least one or two of these years ago. This was like my go-to thing. This is the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream. Anti-redness. This used to be my jam. I used to put this under my foundation every single day. I no longer use products like this, so it's time for this to go. Now I have just a bunch of random stuff. I don't even know. So this came in a BoxyCharm. This is the Dr. Brandt Needles No More Eye Depuffing Gel. This is awful. I don't know what else to say about it. It's going. This actually, I don't know how this wound up in this drawer. This is the Ulta Beauty Face Sculpting Contour Stick. I just don't necessarily like a skinny little contouring stick. I don't know how this wound up in this drawer, but I'm getting rid of it. I have the NYX HD Concealer. I totally bought this in the yellow shade. Completely wrong. Never reach for it because it's the wrong shade. So it's going bye-bye. This must be from Shop Miss A. This is Beauty Treats Concealer Crayon. I never reach for this. I also have from Shop Miss A the AOA Wonder Cover Concealer. I did not enjoy this. I have this e.l.f. concealer. This is not a good concealer at all. This is not the newer one. This is one of their older ones that I did not like. This is not a concealer. This is the Catrice Makeup Transforming Drops. These change not only the shade of your foundation, but it changes the texture of your foundation, which is, I'm pretty sure, not what it's supposed to do. So I'm getting rid of this. I also have from Shop Miss A the Santee Super Smooth Concealer. I never use this. I'm finally getting rid of my Tarte Shape Tape. it has to be dried out. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this product. It is it's way too much for me, so I'm saying goodbye to Shape Tape. I have one last product. It's from, I believe, Tony Moly. It's the Panda Dream Bright Eye Base. I actually used a lot of this. This is what I used to put under my eyes every single morning, but I have not done that in a very long time, so it's time for this to go. Now I have powders I'll be getting rid of. The first here is from Stellar Beauty, and this is their Glow 2 powder. I don't know. All I know is this came in like a Sephora Favorites kit, and it was not the right shade for me. Hence it being 02. It is not translucent, so we're gonna say goodbye to this one. I also have this Tarte Amazonian Clay powder. This I think came in an Ipsy bag, and it was Flashback City. I also have this. This is the AOA Studio setting powder. I've heard a lot of people really rave about this, but it has like glitter in it, and I always feel like my face is glitter city whenever I use it. I've decided to get rid of my Coty Airspun. It just sits around. It takes up space. I'm sure there's somebody who will actually use this rather than it just sitting in my collection. Getting rid of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. It's a baked powder, and I always find it so hard to get enough on my brush, and I found myself like scraping at it, and it's too much work to actually keep around. I'm also getting rid of my NYX finishing powder. This actually also was baked. I used a lot of it. It is no longer domed, but I never reach for it anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I also have the e.l.f. Under Eye setting powder. Again, never reach for it. I'd rather pass it along. Last powder is this CoverGirl loose powder. I've had it around forever. It's just sitting, not getting used, so I'd rather pass it along. And honestly, what I have in my collection now, I'm so happy with. I'm very excited to use, so this declutter has felt really good. Let me know what you guys want to see decluttered next. If you like this style, if you'd rather do a full like view of everything I have style, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. And as usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!